Hey, shout out to the Shake Squad. You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. Today we're gonna reveal the MyPLAYER builder for NBA 2K26. But check it out. Before you lose any sleep dreaming about what build you're gonna make or what build you're gonna remake from the previous 2Ks, or before you decide to check out that YouTuber's best build that is literally specifically designed for his playstyle and not yours, I want you to peek this video. Strongly consider some of the pre-made NBA templates that are already in the game, designed by some of the best build makers at the 2K headquarters. So today we're gonna take a look at 40 builds designed by some of the best build creators on the 2K dev team. Now, I didn't have time to customize, so we won't know the potential of each one of these builds. But I think it's fair to assume that they're still letting us get the +5 attributes from the grind like we did from last year. Now, our first batch of NBA players from Season 1 will be the multi-time All-Stars, beginning with Steph Curry. Remember, taking any of these NBA templates allows you to get all of their animations, but editing their body settings or attributes will result in the removal of all signature animations. Now, why wait for a YouTuber's video when you can get Steph Curry right out of the gate? And look at his potential with the ball handle. You might be able to get that 95 ball handle, or maybe even that 94 mid-range shot. Either way, you're getting a build with unlimited off-the-dribble range. Now let's take a look at Baron Davis, a dynamic downhill playmaker who also has max steal potential or a 95 ball handle. Either way, you can shoot, you can drive, and you can play defense on this one. And now we have Kyrie Irving, an elite ISO scorer, unstoppable handles in tight spaces. He's got an 85 pass accuracy along with all this scoring and speed. This is the perfect 5v5 build with so many areas to work with. And now we got Magic Johnson, a visionary passer with size. This is a 6'7" point guard with a 92 pass accuracy. If I could, I'd put a +5 to strength and give him that Hall of Fame strong handles. And now Damian Lillard, a relentless downhill scorer with a 94 mid-range. Give him that 95 ball handle, and now you're catching ankles and bodies. And then there's Ja Morant, an explosive vertical finisher. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with this one. You can put them extra attributes almost anywhere. And what about Tony Parker with that blazing first step, one of the quickest guards ever? He's got almost everything covered. Add them extra attributes to perimeter defense, and this might be one of the best guards in the game. And speaking of defense, we've got Rajon Rondo, a disruptive point of attack defender. Outside of being tall, this build does nothing wrong. It don't matter where you put them extra attributes, this build's gonna be a terror to deal with. And then we've got a slashing sharpshooter with Ray Allen, a 99 3-ball, and you can catch bodies? What he lacks on defense, he'll make up for with clutch game-winning shots. I promise you. Now imagine being 6'6" with a 90 ball handle and a 96 mid-range. I mean, really, who's guarding Devin Booker? And he could finish at the cup. And then we've got Jimmy Butler, your Season 2 lock that can also get to a bucket. I would incrementally increase his shooting over time to make him a more viable 3-and-D shooting guard. Now, with a 96 driving dunk, we've got an explosive vertical athlete in Zach LaVine. Man, put that +5 on speed, you'll be the fastest guy on the court dunking on everybody. And now we've got a 6'5" Pistol Pete Maravich with a 95 ball handle and a 93 3-ball. This comes with an 88 lay, and imagine all of that with a 90 perimeter defense. Easily one of the best guards in the game. Now, if you really want to have fun, you've got a 6'8" Tracy McGrady with a 93 mid-range and a 93 driving dunk. If you stick with this build for the long haul, you could definitely improve his defense and still have an elite scorer. And then we've got Donovan Mitchell, who they increased his height to 6'3" to play shooting guard. He's already got speed, agility, and strength. I'd give him that 95 ball handle with that 93 driving dunk. You're getting ankles and bodies, and you can shoot. And then we got the Flash, D Wade with an 88 speed. Look at his offense and defense, really nothing he can't do. I'd add that +5 to his 3-point shot because that's the only thing this build is lacking. And then we've got New York Mello standing at 6'8", 240 pounds. With a 90 post control and a 94 mid-range, you're gonna cook anybody in the post. Add a little more to 3-ball and a little more to strength, and you really can't go wrong with this one. And then we've got a crafty off-the-dribble creator in DeMar DeRozan. I'd max out his dunk so he can eat in the post and posterize you. And how about Paul George? Similar to T-Mac, but he's already got his defense up. I'd make him an elite dunker because he's going to be on the fast break a lot. And another elite isolation defender, the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. I'd go all out on perimeter steal and agility and make him a massive problem on both ends. And then we've got a defensive wizard, Scottie Pippen. You really can't go wrong. He just needs to be completed. Maybe that 92 driving dunk or that 80 block rating will do it. And check this out. At 6'6", we've got a lethal perimeter marksman in Glenn Rice. He's already sitting on a 93 3-ball, a 95 mid, and potential everywhere. Take them attributes and just have fun. Remember when Jason Tatum once caught a body on LeBron James and was locking Kevin Durant up in Brooklyn? With this year's speed, get this man a 90 perimeter or a 92 driving dunk and call it a day. Unique Dominique, the human highlight film. This man already has a 96 driving dunk. He's got potential in a lot of categories, but he's already suited for the top 10 plays of the week. Now on to the power forwards. We've got Tom Chambers, an athletic stretch forward. With a reliable mid-range shot, he can also hit the corner threes. But look, he's got a 90 standing dunk and a 93 driving dunk. I'd put them extra adds towards strength and push bodies under the rim. Now every year I do a Kevin Durant build video. But what's good about this one is that he already comes with all of Kevin Durant's animations, some of which are kind of hard to get on a 6'10". If I were to make this build, I'd make sure he had that gold physical handles, and I'd put that max +1 on it for Hall of Fame. He'd be 6'10" getting blow-bys and be nearly impossible to rip. And what about a high-level defensive anchor in Draymond Green? If you give him a 90 perimeter defense, now he can switch on anything on defense and run your offense. And then we've got a 6'7", 250-pound elite downhill playmaker in King James. Now this is older Bron, but he can still shoot the mid, attack the basket, whip the ball around. I'd restore him to a 92 driving dunk and increase his speed. And speaking of dunking, we've got a high-flying, relentless interior scorer in Sean Kemp. I'd add even more to post control to make it easier for him to spin off you and catch bodies. And check out this Kevin Love build. He's a knockdown pick and pop shooter with a 96 defensive rebound. And again, elevate that post control so he can score from almost anywhere. And then there's Pascal Siakam. He's a fluid, excellent post scorer with a deadly fade. I don't know, maybe give him that 90 perimeter and now you have an elite two-way? Or what about a 6'10", skilled high post facilitator Chris Webber build? With that 94 defensive rebound, solid defense, I'd maybe give him that 92 driving dunk to complete him. And now on to the centers, beginning with Bam Adebayo, versatile defensive anchor. At 6'9", he can switch from perimeter to interior defense. I don't know, maybe give him that 90 strength, or better yet, give him an 83 ball so he can also sit corner and knock down threes. And then we've got a 7-foot, high-level rim protector in Anthony Davis, getting boards and blocks. He's got some of the longest arms in the game, so I'd probably give him that 95 standing dunk so he could put mismatches into the basket. And how about this Joel Embiid build, a dominant post scorer with punishing interior presence? Go ahead and give him that 95 post control to make him literally unguardable. And check out the explosive lob finisher Dwight Howard build with that 94 offensive board, 93 block, Just set the screen and roll to the rim. If your guard don't pass and he misses, you getting the ball back, and you might just be dunking it home. And look at the yoke, a generational passing big, 92 pass accuracy with a 96 D board and a 90 mid-range. If you grind this build, all you're doing is adding to greatness. And speaking of generational, we've got a generational shot blocker with Dikembe Mutombo at 7'2". This might be the perfect rec build because he's got that 94 offensive rebound, and it might be easiest to rep up with this build too. And at 7 feet, we've got Karl Anthony Towns, the most elite shooting big man in the league. A 93 ball with a 94 defensive rebound. You can enhance his strength, interior defense, or even his pass accuracy. It's just hard to go wrong with this one. And last but not least, standing at 7'4", we've got a towering post scorer, reliable rim protector who commands double teams in Yao Ming. I'd max his strength out so you can't stop him, but he can stop you. So it's your boy Shake. I hope this video helped. You guys don't have to fail and make a bad build right out the gate. There's already some great builds in here. Lots of NBA players that kind of fit the style of play that you like. Maybe even your own play style. Consider this before you make a mistake. As always, smack that like and subscribe. And I'll holler at you dudes later.